Hey everybody, it is Dungeon Master Mark again, and as promised, I was going to do a quick room tour of the game room. So you will have to apologize the mess a little bit. I still got some cleaning stuff out and some stuff for some projects we're working on. For those of you who don't know, I think it was about 8-9 months ago, we had some pretty bad flooding. We used to have a door right here. So we had a bunch of renovations done. Basically, we had the whole back wall taken out, put a sliding door in so we got a little more light, got rid of the one door, did new wooden floors, lots of trim. We're still waiting for weather permitting to have a concrete slab pour, or slab poured, I guess I should say. And then, of course, we have to wait for it to be warm enough and then dry enough. But yeah, so here is the halo light that a couple people have commented on from when a couple times I've done some live stream videos. So I can turn it on without hopefully blinding the hell out of myself. So it's pretty nice, like I say, especially if you're doing like a gaming video or if you're doing like any type of live stream or anything like that, which I try not to do a whole lot of them because I just really don't like them, to be honest. The miniature collection, and then the Fallen Star, Rising Star boat, I forget the name of it. And then there's some resin printed minis up there that I painted, or that I printed and then painted up myself. A couple little guys up there. So this is maybe half of my miniature collection right now, even though some of it is actually over at my son's, because my son recently, well, he turned 18, he's almost 19 now, but due to this whole end of the world apocalypse, quarantine, I'm going to let him take some of the containers over to his place so that him and his roommates have something to do. But yeah, so I try to subcategorize everything, like plants, fae, neutral, planar creatures, miscellaneous, ogres, trolls, giants, and then I have like skeletal undead, and then incorporeal undead, and like mummies and other types of undead, things like that, spell effects. Some stuff is a little more simple, where it's just like giant worms and bullets. This one's all snake creatures, Yanti, stuff like that. Basically gargoyles, flying monsters. This one's all sewer monsters, like the giant slug, a couple of gelatinous cubes, stuff like that. So I try to keep things separated by like a monster type, and then like some of them, like this box here is probably almost empty. A bunch of those are out right now. Those are all mites, and then like little gremlins and things like that. So I know I gave my sons a couple of those to take with him. Aquatic ones though, I've got some resin printed sharks, hydras, bunyips, all kinds of stuff like that. So I try to separate them down, and then, so for like evil NPCs, if I know there's like certain ones, like these ones are all thugs, I think this is all, well, like the ninja, these are actually the Foot Clan minis. So I try to sub-bag some of those up, especially if it's the ones I know I'm going to be using coming soon. These are probably the same way. Yeah, those are all just the bullywugs. So it's a good way to organize a very large amount of miniatures as quickly and efficiently as possible. Over there I have my travel setup for when I go to conventions and that, if I'm going to be doing some jamming, which I think I've shown a video once of that before. What else we have over here? There's the white one is the Dwarven Forge Cavern pieces, and this black one's actually overflow because I need to get probably one or two more of the plastic tubs, or I shouldn't say plastic, but the IKEA wheeled containers. I've actually got a little storage room in the back, which I've got more crap in the back. It's kind of what happens. Let's go over this way first. This is where a lot of my larger dragons are that really don't fit into tubs. I've got Big Red, and then his cousins over there in the box, and then there's actually one that's in the very, very back of the storage that's in like pristine shape. I just don't want to keep it out. I keep it in a plastic tub so it stays nice and crisp and doesn't get faded. And of course we got the blue, the black, the white. Some other little stuff I painted, like some cargo animals. T-Rex I painted not too long ago. And this is kind of a junk holding area. And I got some player cards, things like that. Alexa, because, oops, sorry. Alexa, what time is it? No, she's not going to answer. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 2:34 p.m.
Yeah, so one great thing about Alexa, if you have a lot of smart house features, you can have it to where it turns off lights, dims lights. In my case, there's a couple role-playing apps. You can actually have it roll like critical roles for you. You can have it set a timer, so if you want to say, say her name and say set an alarm for 5 p.m. That way you know at 5 p.m. it's going to set that alarm, so you know if someone has to leave at a certain time. The other good thing is I set my Alexa up so it controls the Roomba down here. So what I try to do is once a day, the Roomba does a quick little cleaning circuit, cleans the floor, so it keeps a lot of the dust up, or I should say dust out of the room, I guess. Oh, what else we got? Of course, I had a new ceiling fan put in, which sounds childish, but sometimes in the summer it gets a little warm down here. I figured with the extra light it might get a little even more warmer, so I just wanted to keep our gaming area a little more comfortable if possible. Over here is kind of our storage main area. There's 2 sets of the Jade Temple set from the Dwarven Forge. Was that Dungeons of Doom? I've got 2 of the Hellscapes, and there's 2 more sets down in the plastic tubs down there. Hex tiles, Dragon Strike, of course. D&D trivia, which my family hates playing with me because it's like a landslide victory every time. But hey, I still like playing it. Sometimes if we don't have enough people for a game night, we'll crack that open and we'll play that instead. Down there's just some odds and ends stuff. And then of course we got, I think I've done a video on these before, like the way I store some of my little odds in, like tables, barrels. We'll take it over here and open it up real quick. But fishing tackle boxes, a great way to store your little fidgety bits. So in my case, like tables, beds, things like that for your dungeons. Oops. Little brazier. But yeah, some extra steps, stools, more steps, clear skulls, flames, potion bottles, a bar set, there's all kinds of little stuff. I've actually got like 3 of these. I actually bought a little bit bigger ones. These ones here that I'm starting to move stuff over to, which there's not a whole lot in there yet. I need to start moving the rest of the stuff over to these. That way I can get rid of some of the older stuff. It's mostly older books, some older gaming supply stuff. This I don't think I've ever shown on the video before. This is kind of interesting. When I first got into doing kind of long campaigns of city people, I started collecting and having different popular artists start painting up some of my townsfolk for me. So I probably got, I think there's about 50 or 60 of these, just different townsfolk personalities. So we have everything from like the mayor, the governor, this grumpy looking little guy, which just kind of reminds me of Wyatt Earp from Tombstone. And there's a couple town drunks, there's a bunch of kids. If I can get to focus. Kids are pretty funny, and the kid, I think some people have seen the picture of the kid chasing the chickens. He's one of those little fellas. But yeah, and then the bottom page, if I can move this out, there's some more. So we got some cultists, and just more. I love the purple cultist. Yeah, and then there's one other row beneath that as well. But yeah, like I said, just kind of gives you guys an idea. It's definitely a love labor trying to get that many Townsfolk minis together. I have some from Old Glory, Reaper, but it took me quite a while just to collect all those, and then I probably spent 2 years getting them all painted. There's Big Randy, the Red Dragon, inside of his box. A lot of different Pathfinder stuff. Some 2nd edition, 3rd edition. I think there's even a 5th edition book on there. Yeah, a bunch of different goodies in there. And of course, you gotta have a dartboard for your little man cave. Even though I need to get some new tips for my darts. That is my Apex X1 resin printer. My Photon resin printer is now actually upstairs in my painting room, which is like our guest room, which I put a little ventilation system out the window. A lot of this, some more storage for some Dwarven Forge, some old Lord of the Rings box stuff, coin pouches, my rubbing alcohol for my Cure resin prints, and then we've got a bunch of old resin set Dwarven Forge bits. So yeah, and then I mean there's a ton of catacomb stuff. Yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it for here. So I won't take you guys in the very back because I know my wife has some little dryer set up back there, like an air drying. She's drying some underwear and stuff like that, so she probably wouldn't want me to show you guys that. But that is a quick tour of the gaming room. Actually, I guess I didn't really show this very much. So that's some more of the city pieces, which I haven't had a chance to put on the table yet for this encounter for today. It's one of the new Dwarven Forge cabinet pieces. Some pieces I resin printed the other day. And then a dragon I resin printed, a couple sea trolls, a miniature I had painted not too long ago, and just some other little bits. Down there, some overflow modded bits, pieces with LEDs I've done. One container is just nothing but mushrooms for cavern sets. What else is there? So we got some artwork, some framed prints from one of my wife's favorite fantasy artists. And that's really about it for the game room right now. Like I said, I apologize for the mess down here. It is definitely dirty. I need to clean it up a little more. Hopefully, within the next month or so, though, we'll have the concrete slab poured out there. I already have patio furniture in my garage that we're waiting to put out, but hopefully that'll be done soon so we can have some more parties and then maybe do some gaming groups and then actually do a grill out during the middle of the game. But that is about it for the game room right now, guys. A little bit later, I'm going to be doing a video, well, I should say either later tonight or tomorrow, depending on how busy I am later. My wife wants me to cook dinner. But we've had 5 or 6 questions so far about Ask a GM questions, so I will try to get to those as quickly as I can. I just want to tell you all, thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who told us, be safe and they wish us well during our quarantine. No one in my family is sick yet. For those who don't know, I work for a company that a lot of the salespeople work internationally. And I work in IT, so when we did have to start sending people home, a couple of those salespeople had to come home or come back to the office. And so I was in contact with them and their machines. So as a safety measure, my work decided they wanted all of us to work from home and be in quarantine, which we went home. And then like 3 days later, the state of Ohio went into lockdown mode. So technically everyone has to stay at home anyway. But like I said, no one in my immediate family is sick at this time. Knock on wood, hopefully no one does get sick.
Is that 1 o'clock in the morning or in the afternoon?
And there's Alexa being goofy again. They call it a smart house, but sometimes it's really dumb. But that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the well wishes. I'm going to keep trying to put out at least 1 video a day if possible during this whole quarantine. So like I said, if you guys know anyone that just is bored out of their mind and wants to watch some videos, feel free to share the channel, some videos, things like that. Hopefully you are all doing well as well. Hopefully you're all healthy. Hopefully you're all happy. And if you are like me and you're stuck at home, please take some time out of your free time. Maybe play a board game or something with your family. let's make the best out of this. Let's spend some quality time with our wife and kids while we can. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.